Well, I must say that some RV manufacturers and some RV dealerships are going to be super happy with this video. Why? Because I'm going to reveal my top 5 best dual axle travel trailers for your model 2026 that's metal sided. Now, that's that corrugated aluminum or smooth metal sided travel trailers. If you're looking for the best fiberglass trailers, that's a separate video, a separate list. Welcome to HB RV Lifestyle. I'm John Livingston, aka the Honey Badger, here to give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business. And if you're wondering, hey, who the heck is this guy? Maybe that's the first time you've seen one of my videos. Well, I have over 15 years of experience in the RV industry. I've done everything from turn a wrench on them to selling them, get loans on them. You name a hat at a dealership, I've worn it. Now, that leads me to number 5. So number 5 on the list is Coachmen Catalina. Now, when we look at Coachmen Catalina, we also have to realize there's 3 other brands attached to that. I know that's confusing, right? But Coachmen Catalina, Coachmen Clipper, Forest River Viking, and Forest River Aurora are the same travel trailer built out of the same factory. Now, Coachmen Clipper and Viking were not originally. It just recently happened in the last year and a half, okay? It used to be a separate product. Now it's a part of the same lineup. Now, I've always been a fan of the dual axle travel trailers that Coachmen Catalina has pulled out, or I should say put out there, okay? They always look really good. They're high quality. I've always just had a problem with their single axle stuff. If you go look, they've actually made my top 5 worst a couple of times when it comes to the single axle lineup. But the dual axle, the 4 tires, the 2 axles, they do really well. Now, I must say this. Let me kind of just throw some context out here. There isn't that much that separates these brands because this is what we're referring to a lot of times is very entry-level travel trailers. We're not talking about high grade, high dollar stuff when we talk about Catalina and we talk about some of the other brands that I've talked about that have the aluminum sided. Okay. So it's the smallest things that separate them. And that's what I kind of look at. Now, I'm not going to get into huge details throughout this video because unfortunately, 85% of you when I polled said you hate when I over explain quality stuff. So we're going to try to keep this neat and short. That brings me to number 4. Number 4 is going to be Forest River Evo Wildwood Salem. Same travel trailer. Yes, I know that's hard to believe, but they all are built identically, have the same floor plans, like Forest River Flagstaff and Rockwood, Winnebago Itasca, Springdale Hideout, which was on another list. Spoiler alert. Anyway, so they've done a better job this year of putting together a great lineup, and they look good. They show really well, and they finally put some bloody lighting inside those trailers. That was one of the biggest complaints that I have had about Forest River, Wildwood, Salem, and Evo is just the lighting was crap over the years. It's like, let's just put the same crap in there every single time. The lighting has gotten better, and that's really what separates Catalina from that group, okay? That brings me to number 3. Number 3 on the list is Airstream. Everybody forgets they are a metal-sided travel trailer, okay? Now, the reason why they're lower on the list this year than they were last year is because mainly it feels like they haven't really made any changes outside of increasing the price. Their dual axle stuff has actually gotten a little heavier as well. You really should, especially on the bigger dual axle things, you're getting away from that half-ton market or borderline half-ton market where you're only bridging those that have like a F-250 diesel. And so that being said, I'm not saying they're a bad trailer or anything else. It just feels like, man, they didn't make any bloody changes. I just, ugh. Anyway, moving on. Okay. That brings me to number, you heard it, you guessed it, number 2. Okay. And number 2 is Palomino Puma. Puma is up on this list. Now, hear me out on this because most people don't know about Palomino Puma too much. Palomino Puma is probably the best bang for your buck in the aluminum sided territory as far as price, as far as quality, and at the same time, the only real downside to them is they're heavy. They are bloody heavy travel trailers. They're built on a big chassis. Everything in it just is big. And then you also have to think that their bread and butter is realistically their destination trailers, or you might call them their park models. So you don't see a lot of Puma travel trailers going down the road anymore. But the ones that they do build, you mainly see them behind 3/4 ton trucks because they're just, when you get to that 27, 28, 29 footer, they're just, God, man, they're just heavy. I mean, we're talking about 7, 8, 9,000 pounds dry. But they put big axles, big tires, and they put a big chassis on it. So you got to give them credit's due on there. And number 1, we have a new number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 is someone that's not a main attraction on any RV market. That's called the living vehicle. Most of you are going to sit there and go, what in the San Blue Hill is that? Well, the living vehicle is built out of Santa Barbara. They were number 2 on my list last year. They have moved to number 1. This is not for the faint of heart, person looking for a $30,000 travel trailer. This is someone spending $250,000 or more and want their stuff custom made. These guys are so good that when things go wrong, they rebuild the trailer. They don't send you to a technician. They go out and grab the trailer, take it back to their factory, and build it. Basically put it back together. Now, that's only happened twice that I'm aware of. But again, it's one of those situations where they can put you completely off the grid. It can be an actual house. People actually live in this travel trailer. Now, beyond the extremely high price, they're also very heavy. Like, you do need a dually truck for their 30-foot travel trailer. They are bloody heavy, but they are really badass. And you should check them out if you get an opportunity. Now, if you're looking for the top 5 worst dual axle travel trailers aluminum sided, that would be right there. And until next time, remember, RV stands for toolkit and sense of humor.